and thank you so much for joining me for some midweek crafting. One of my fun followers in my Facebook group had mentioned and shared a post where she created her Mother's Day card, and it triggered my memory that in the UK on Sunday it is Mother's Day here. So we are going to make a Mother's Day card. Hopefully my mother-in-law is not going to watch this because this card will be for her. But this is going to be a fun, creative night where you can just craft along with me and just change the front of your card to adapt to whatever you might need a card for. Really wanted to make some ombre flowers, so I thought I would get out my gel plate, which I haven't used in forever, and get out my acrylic paints as well. These are Dylusions paints, and I will hopefully be able to link them down for you. I bought them a while ago, so hopefully they're still for sale. And I'm just going to take a brayer and just kind of smoosh the colors together. I'm really not using much brain power, and I'm not making too much out of an effort. If you've never used a gel plate before, then I have got a video when I first started playing with the gel plate, and I will link that hopefully in the top right corner as well as in my description box. And if I forget, please remind me. But I'm basically just having a fun time, just smooshing some color around with my brayer and then picking it up with my piece of cardstock. Now, if you haven't got a gel plate, you could create a similar effect using ink pads. But tonight is all about just getting a bit messy and having fun with these paints. They dry very quickly as well, which is really nice. So I'm just pulling off some prints. I was thinking I wanted some kind of ombre look going on. And I wanted to do some in sort of flowery colors and some in some leafy kind of colors. So I'm doing the green and the yellow, and I do end up going to the teal and yellow as well. So this one I decided to go for a bit bigger, and then I could stick down 2 panels of card. Again, these are just scrap bits of card that I've got lying around. Whatever you've got in your stash, make use of. This is a bit of a thinner cardstock for me, so I can die cut this really nice and easy. The cardstock I use for my card bases is significantly thicker. It's 300 GSM, and these pieces here are about 200 GSM. And I'll link the shop that I buy all my cardstock from as well down below, which is Lime Tree Craft in the UK. They are very, very good value for money. Now I'm going back and I'm doing some of the pink and the yellow because I decided actually I wanted to have a little bit of kind of orange in there as well, and just kind of have a bit more of a bright colored flower. So again, I'm just loving it. I get a little carried away and just kind of go to town. They were drying so quickly that I just kind of kept going and having fun. I've got this teal one here. They don't make them, I don't think, in this kind of pot anymore because it's much easier with the little tube, but I have it and I wanted to use it up. So I went ahead and used a palette knife to pull that up. And I love these color combinations. It's really nice when you kind of just go for one set of bright colors. You know that they're all going to kind of go well together and it'll kind of coordinate nicely together. Now, I was getting these fun patterns, but I was thinking I wanted something a bit more. I wanted more texture. So I got out the stencil. I'm pretty sure this one is from Alina Crafts, and I'll link all these stencils down below if they are still available and if I can find them. Now I wanted to kind of jazz up my card a little bit more, so I'm taking these ones I've already done prints of and they're already dry, sort of 5 minutes after I did them. And I'm going to go ahead and add some pattern onto them. I wanted my leaves to have a little bit more character to them, and I thought this could be fun. And again, I was just getting right in the zone. I was listening to music and having a really good time. So I hope you're not too bored watching me play around with stencils, but it is such good fun if you've got one of these gel plates. Now this one here is my favorite one. This was the bland, plain, sort of greenish one that was sort of the last one on the green and yellow that I had done. It was that last print that I pulled that was a bit boring. And now look at it. This is my favorite one by far. And this is the one I use for the leaves. It looks so good now. Now, as I'm crafting along and creating some of my little backgrounds, I just wanted to share with you, if you haven't seen below in my description box, I do try to link all the products that I share with you in each video. If they're not available, I do try and just mention that so you don't waste your time trying to look for them. Some of my links are affiliate links, some of them are not. I will still link the products if I can, whether I make a small commission from them or not. Those small commissions cost you nothing, by the way. It's just the company sort of saying, oh, thank you for directing people to our website and sharing our products. In my description box below, I also have my Facebook group, which you are welcome to join. There are three simple questions to answer. Make sure you answer those to be approved into the group. I've also got my Buy Me a Coffee link as well if you would like to support my channel in a different way. That is really awesome to me. It actually does, I do use it usually to buy a coffee as well, or a cheeky glass of wine if it's Saturday night crafting. I really do appreciate everything that you guys do for me, even when it is just hitting a like button on a video. It is so important and it keeps my channel going. I have made all my backgrounds now and I am ready to rock and roll with some die cutting. So I'm just going to pick out my top favorite ones. I decided not to go for any extra texture. I just decided to use the leaves ones instead. So I've die cut those all out and they are stunning. And then I found this piece of scrap cardstock in my stash, which I thought would make a really cool, fun background. It's sort of a pearlescent silver white piece of cardstock. Now, the rest of the process is really dead easy. I am just simply going to stack my flowers and leaves together and decorate the front of that card panel. I'm making sure to go off the edge ever so slightly with some of my flowers and some of my leaves so that it has this sort of continual look to it. I decided to space my flowers and my leaves apart. I didn't want too much overlap going on, so I do have some of the leaves stuck under the flowers, and I am just sort of dotting them around that card front in whatever way is sort of appealing to my eye. And I'm just having a lot of fun sort of sticking and pasting them down and enjoying the creative process. So this is a very simple, easy way to make a card front. I mean, if you didn't want to muck about with paints, or you don't have a gel press or a gel plate, then you could just take decorative paper and create your own little floral pattern, and just find those pattern papers that you absolutely love and die cut some shapes out of those, and then go ahead and decorate your front. Now, to go along with my sort of pearlescent sheet that I found, I decided to use some pearlescent card. This is also from Lime Tree Craft in the UK, and I decided that that would make a really lovely card base. It's a bit more fancy-pantsy in my opinion, and I thought that'd be really lovely for Mother's Day. So I go ahead and stick that down to the card base off camera, and then I decided to die cut out the word mum for my mother-in-law, and I'm using these Alina letter dies. They've got this gorgeous little dotty look to them, so they kind of cut the little dots out of the middle of the letters. So I went ahead and die cut MUM out of the pearlescent cardstock, the same cardstock I used as the base. Then I can just simply adhere it to the card, and I do use a T-ruler to help me line up those letters nice and straight. So I put the first one down, kind of eyeballed it, put the glue on the M or the U, and realized I wanted to do the M first, so I had it nice and even, and use that T-ruler to get it nice and level across the bottom of the word. Now, these are new in my stash. I found them on AliExpress. They are basically plastic sequins without the hole, and they're round, so it's quite cool. So I added a few of those to the front of the card. I just plopped a little bit of glue behind them and then stuck them on top, and they're fairly iridescent and see-through, so you get this gorgeous little bit of shine without taking away too much from those flowers. So I hope you enjoyed crafting with me tonight. I look forward to seeing you on Saturday night for some Saturday night crafting. Take care and have a lovely week. Bye!